And also it's going to add a lot more action. So as this drops and this is getting kind of pulled down, not pulled down hard and fast like it would with a Texas rig, flutter down. So you'll get a lot of fish on the drop.
Setting the hook with Jose.
What's up, family? It's Jose and welcome to Setting the Hook. I made a video before on top 3 ways to fish a Senko. And my number 1 way was the split shot rig. And I had a lot of people saying, what the heck is that? You know, the split shot rig isn't a new rig by any means. I think honestly, I think the rig is probably older than me, but it is not heavily utilized for some reason. So I'm here to talk about the top 3 ways to utilize the split shot rig. Before I get started though, this is what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to do me a favor, hit that like and that subscribe down below so you can stay up to date on all the newest tips and tricks, the KastKing products, and to hear from all your favorite professional fishermen. What is the split shot rig? You know, the most effective way a lot of times to fish is weightless. Weightless Texas rig. You can do it with a trick worm. You can do it with a Senko like I had in the other video. But if it's windy or if the fish are lower in the water column and you want to get that bait down to them, all you have to do is add a little split shot in. Put that split shot, 16 to 18 inches away from the bait, ideally. You can do about a foot. I mean, that's about a foot and that's all right, but normally I like it a little bit longer than a foot, you know what I mean? And it's just an effective way to get that down there. And also it's gonna add a lot more action. So as this drops and this is getting kind of pulled down, not pulled down hard and fast like it would with a Texas rig, but this goes down and this is able to kind of just flutter down. So you'll get a lot of fish on the drop. So that's my number 3, is that it's able to get the bait down to the water column to where the fish are at, if they're down lower, and it adds more action to the bait. Now I talked about this other one I talked about my number 2 in the Senko video. The Senko video, I talked about how some people call the split shot rig. It's almost like a Mojo rig or a poor man's Carolina rig. And when you whip this really hard, so one of the retrievals I like to do is just the rod tip, boom, 1, 2. And what that does is that this jerks it around and it allows, if you have a lighter trick worm or a Senko, it swings back around and then it drops. So what does that mimic? That mimics a dying bait fish, or it just really just gets them going. So it'll whip around and then kind of float down. And on that drop, you go boom, boom, 1, 2, and on that drop, that's when the fish are going to strike. Now, my number 1 way to fish the split shot rig is stupid slow. This color has worked well for me, but you can go on a much larger worm. I think this one is this is a trick worm, but you can get a much larger, a ribbon tail, anything that you like to use, and fish it stupid slow. I'm talking about agonizingly slow. You just kind of pull it and it's just creeping, it creeps along the bottom. But since the weight is up here, even if you run into a small rock or a piece of down timber or something that's down there and it hits, and you give that rod a jerk and this goes over, it pops this up and then drops it down. This weight is going to make a little bit of a knocking noise, not a loud knocking noise that you might be used to by putting a bead in your Texas rigs or something like that, but it's just a subtle noise and a subtle vibration. You're just really ridiculously slow on the retrieval and it will trigger bites. I've caught fish in front of people that have told me they had nothing all day just by doing this technique, the split shot rig, with a ridiculously slow retrieval. So again, Top 3 benefits is, number 3, we talked about it's able to get the bait down faster into the water column to where you believe the fish at. Number 2, if you jerk it, it spins around and then floats down. Number 1, ridiculously slow dragging it on the bottom around structure. I mean, you're good. It's gonna really change the way you get fish, and it's not only gonna trigger small fish, it's going to trigger big fish also. I guarantee it. So again, my name's Jose. Thanks for watching. See ya.